Girl,
Everybody
it's packed out here tonight.
Please. Follow the one line, please.
I told you.
IDs out. I need to see IDs. Thank you, ladies. Welcome to Park Ave.
Excuse me. Hello? Can you move? What? Excuse me. Oh my God. You ready to go? Girl, I've been ready.
Well, hey girl, hey.
Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey girl.
How's life treating you?
Girl, I'm just living my best Caucasian woman life.
And what does that entail?
It entails museums, trips to the museum, galleries, drinking Pinot Grigios on a hot summer day, kicking my feet up, clocking out when I want to.
Well, that sounds fun.
No, let me take that back, because some of my coworkers be listening to shit. I don't be clocking out when I want to.
Yeah, coworkers, that was a joke.
That was a jokey joke.
She doesn't clock out.
I don't be clocking out when I want to. I clock out when
the time at
comes.
5, whatever y'all think I clock out in, that's the time. That's the goddamn time.
That's right.
Well, that's good. I'm just over here upset because my light bill high as fuck, and I'm really distraught about that.
What's the price? What's the cost on it?
So for like the past 5 to 6 months, my light bill has been under $100, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm a single woman with no kids, no dog, no fish. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't have a high ass light bill because it's just
Do
me.
fish cause your light bills?
I don't know. I just feel like extra people in your house is
extra
like,
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it's not like I live in a mansion. It's like me, my bedroom, my living room, and a bathroom,
right.
Kitchen. It's not like I'm down here cooking Thanksgiving meals in my kitchen. So it's not like my stove is running all day. And so I thought I was doing something. I went, I paid my bills. I'm like, oh, it's only, early first week of June. I had majority of my June bills paid. So I'm like, well, look at me being an adult and paying my shit and, not effing off the money. And then boom. Reliant comes and was like, hey girl.
So tell me, so you went to the mailbox. Tell me how the process was.
Okay. Get into 2018, it was emailed to me.
Oh.
Okay. Jump in.
Paperless. Jump into the future.
Jump into the future with me. Just bounce over here. No paper bills over here.
Oh. So tell me how you work.
I get my email and I'm like, oh, they must be telling me some shit because I just paid all my bills because, a bitch was doing what she was supposed to do with her money.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So this probably going to be due in, early July, late June. I get it. It's June 27th. Okay.
Cool.
No problem.
What day was this?
This was like January 2nd.
No. We're in June.
June 27th is when
I know, but when did you get the email?
This was like, when I got this email? Like 2 days ago.
Okay. So
I get the email. I'm like, okay, it's going to be due like late June, early July.
Right.
No issues. I got 2 paychecks in that meantime. So
bam.
It's right on schedule. It's how I planned it.
The money's there.
It's there. I planned it. I've been doing right by my money. I ain't have to make no arrangements. People getting their money on time.
Okay. No payment arrangements.
No payment arrangements.
Bless.
I'm right here living a good life.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, that must be. I just paid Reliant. Oh, they do be sending.
Reminder.
It's coming. And so I'm like, boom. One gonna check it, but I wasn't doing nothing. So let me check it. One gonna check it. Was just gonna sit here and mind my business. Check it. I'm like, scroll. Oh, Ebony McDaniel. Okay, hey girl. Making sure it's my right address. They telling me about paperless stuff. I'm already paperless. Don't need to know that. They were telling me about like the ecosystem and how you can save more money. I was like, don't need to do that because my bill has been
we good.
About $70, $80. So I don't need to know how to save no money. I'm saving money.
Right.
Now, why y'all sending me this? See, this is a nigga who needs it. I'm not the person who needs to know how to save on energy because for the past 4 to 5, in case y'all can tell me how to get it to 0, y'all really can't help me.
Much.
You can't really help me.
So you just scrolling.
I'm just scrolling. I'm saving. I'm just minding my business. Just saving and scrolling. Like I can teach these niggas how to get on their energy. Like teach me, I can teach you. Girl, I scrolled down to total. That shit said 145. I was like, ooh, 145. I was like,
did you say it out loud?
Yes, I did. I be in my house literally talking
145,
just like that on my sofa. So then I was like, okay, I'm tripping. I I did just pay them, so maybe they haven't subtracted. You know, because sometimes it takes a minute for it to catch up.
Right.
So I'm like, well, maybe they sent this out because I do put that little memo at the bottom.
If your payment, if you just made a payment,
it might not reflect on this.
Right.
It's like, oh, okay,
the reflection wasn't reflected.
Cool, because if I'm minus what I paid from this, I'm back where I'm supposed to be at.
Where you supposed to be.
So that's what happened. That's what happened. That's not what happened. That's actually not what happened. So then I found out that was 145, but 145.
You called customer
definitely called them. It was like, I just paid. Here's the number, the confirmation number XYZ. No, T as in Tom, M as in Michael.
Right.
40-3.
Right.
Yes, I just paid that.
Right.
It was $63.72 on a Wells Fargo debit card. Do you need the last 4 digits of the debit card? Like. Bitch,
because you were sure.
I was positive. That bitch was like, no, ma'am. No, that was correct. That was what you paid was correct, and this balance here is correct. It's due June 27th. Did you want to make a payment arrangement? I was like, you know what? I'm not, because I'm trying to live life without a payment arrangement. So you know what? Just leave that there, because actually I don't need no payment arrangement, because don't y'all run them shits 2 weeks. Like you get like with Reliant, you get the due date, right? But then you have 2 weeks until. So I was like, listen, my guy's gonna let me pay some of this week. And maybe my guy will let me pay some next week. And then by that 3rd week, maybe I have your whole fund there. Because I'm trying to stay on time, but y'all making it very hard for me, because I thought I was saving. What happened? Bitch! You said I'm trying to pay on time, and I thought I was saving. I did. I really, bitch, I was pissed off. So it's going to be hot as hell for the next 3 days in this apartment, because
it's hot right now.
Oh my God.
76.
Oh my God. I can't deal.
Y'all leave it out late. I support your movement. I support your savings.
Once you leave, I'll be on 80.
Oh shit!
Guys,
I feel like I'm at my grandma's house.
Grandma's house has always been hot. My grandma's house was hot as hell for a long time. I was just like, do y'all have central air and heat? But so now I'm just gonna I think maybe it's because I've been watching. I done put the little thing in my TV so I can watch, Hulu and YouTube and stuff. But it runs all night.
Why don't you just get you a DVD player that has all that on there, and it shuts off? Because I have one of those.
I need to look into. I need to conserve energy.
It's like, I think I paid like $80 for it.
But mine is just like a little disc thing you put in. Like, it's not a Fire Stick. It's Roku. So you pop Roku in there, but the thing is,
leaves it on.
It leaves everything
my
on.
DVD player that has all of that
Cuts it off.
Internet stuff. It'll, like, if you're not watching it, it'll cut off.
So what I've decided was, because see, the thing was, I started watching, because I stopped watching TV in my room at night, because I don't know, can you sleep with the TV on?
Sometimes, if I'm scared.
I wake up. Like, no matter what happens, I wake up in the middle of the night to find the remote to cut the TV off. So I'm going to go back to, because I was doing what Oprah said. Because I feel like if you listen to Oprah, your life will be better. And Oprah doesn't have TVs in her room. I mean, granted, I'm not going to take my TV out my room.
Right.
But she says she doesn't watch TV, like, when she's going to bed, because she likes to have a clear mind. And see, I was doing that at one point. But I fell off because something was on. I wanted to watch it, and then after that, it was just a wrap. And I started watching Friends and hanging with Mr. Cooper and everything else at night. So now we're gonna go back to just not.
See, I used to watch TV, but I fall asleep and my TV cuts off. So regardless,
that's how.
Regardless,
that's
and then
how
I get scared sometimes. I wake up and I be thinking there's a demon around the corner, or there's a ghost. So I gotta turn on the TV.
I sleep in darkness. Damn you, Reliant. But yeah, so
Reliant, y'all had her fucked up. She was pacing. She was pacing when I got here.
Reliant, you really did have me fucked up. I really feel pacing. That $45 gonna set a nigga back.
Shit, my rent went up $30. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
That'll set a bitch back.
What the fuck?
That'll set a bitch back.
I'm thinking like, damn, I gotta make $30 extra a month.
Listen, y'all understand. Anything can set a bitch back. That $45 might take me down to the poorhouse, man. That $45, that's the end.
That's the end. I gotta eat noodles.
Bitch can't eat.
Noodles and noodles.
That $45, these box braids gotta stay in another 2 weeks. $45?
Shit. I feel that.
A bitch can't get an extra bundle. Ain't no closure.
No closures.
No.
You gotta do the shit yourself.
Yep. $45?
$45.
Ooh, that's a happy hour. Just gone.
Gone. Just gone with the wind.
Gone with the wind. But it's okay. We're gonna work it out. So
Matter of fact, I need to make sure I did my payment arrangement.
I'm just trying to live a life off payment arrangements. But.
You know, I'm at the point right now where I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm okay with it. I accept that I live a life full of payment arrangements.
Because you know what I realized about payment arrangements? It keeps you thrown off. Like when I decided to release payment arrangements and just go, it was like I was
pay
broke.
Your bill on time.
Yeah, it was like I was broke for like an extra week, but it was worth it because payment arrangements always have you behind.
Yeah.
It's so weird how it works. So
I'm
you know,
behind,
I was just over
but
it.
that's all right.
You know.
I'm eating good though.
See, your priorities are fucked up. See, Reliant, I had my priorities together. You about to send me back to old habits.
Look, Reliant, you lucky you don't have me as a customer. I would have called and said I need to set up a payment arrangement.
No, it's like okay.
Y'all would have been giving me that pink slip talk about Miss Blair.
You got on January 14th or no, after January 14th. That shit would be
cut off.
But yeah, so that's that. Well, what's cool in the city? I just want to shout out the Golden State Warriors. That was a terrible ass finals. That was so boring.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
It was so boring.
So what's cool in the city? So actually, we're going to talk about this restaurant and lounge and bar that is in Sugarland that just opened up. It's for the culture, okay? It's called Sugar's Cajun Cuisine. It's off of 1092 in Highway 6, right on the corner. It's a very prestigious spot. And so the soft opening was this past Friday and Saturday. And these guys had Kenny Lattimore and Najee. Do you know who Najee is?
No.
He's like this, the old school people love him. He's like this saxophonist / flute player / musician. But he's like so dope, so good. And, you know, the old folks were loving it. It was definitely 45 and up crowd.
It was an auntie vibe.
Definitely an old school auntie vibe. Definitely a Moscato. Y'all got Moscato. I want to buy a bottle of Moscato.
Yes,
Do y'all have
vibe.
chocolate martinis? That type of bitch.
My mama love a chocolate martini.
And it's just like, yo, we are on a limited bar, okay?
My mama love a chocolate martini.
You know, but it's a nice little venue. Apparently, from what the locals that stay out in Missouri City / Stafford or whatever, they said there's no venue that plays live music like that.
Oh, so they gonna win.
Yeah, so, you know, it was a nice crowd. It's a mixed, diverse crowd. You know, the whites came in, the blacks were there. I saw a couple of Hispanics. So, you know, it's a melting pot, you know. The Sugars, like I said, I don't know the physical address, but it's right off of 1092. And it's in that little shopping center next to Vino and Vinyl, next to Capone's, if y'all are out in the Sugarland, Missouri City area.
So when do they officially open?
They officially open next Friday.
Okay.
And they got good catfish. Apparently the dude from Atlanta, he's like he's one of the cooks there, and he's like a catfish connoisseur, and he flakes it up and shakes the batter and flips the fish and all the shit. And but it's fucking good. I'll tell you that. You like red beans and rice? It's there. Fried catfish. They got a good menu. Pasta Mardi Gras, all that shit. It's good stuff. So, you know, y'all guys check it out.
That's good. You know, I'm really upset with IHOP for changing their name to International House of Burgers.
What was the purpose of that?
Well, I guess because they're introducing burgers. But I said they're introducing burgers, so I guess this is like.
Didn't they always have burgers?
I have never seen a burger on that menu. I don't think I flip enough through the IHOP menu to know, like, if it's not about an omelet or about pancakes and bacon, I don't really have nothing. And I think it's the Colorado omelet I like because it's like all meats. But if it's not about that or pancakes, I mean, there's nothing else I need from International House of Pancakes. Literally. If it's not about bacon.
Who wants to have a burger from IHOP?
I don't even want, like, your burger.
So IHOP.
Yeah, I don't think, they just don't look good.
their other food don't look good. Anything that's not pancakes, or
literally anything that's outside of breakfast is just not for them.
Yeah,
and half the time y'all can't get y'all hash browns right quiet as it kept, because y'all hash browns never really do it
quiet and quieter as it's kept. Y'all need to get some better servers. Okay.
Well, IHOP is better than Waffle House, but one thing about
Waffle House team be on it.
You a Waffle House a lot. Waffle
House.
The one
by my house be on it.
Waffle House A is. I don't even understand how Waffle House is still open. That shit should be the rating of Waffle House should be a smooth D. That shit is always gross. It's always somebody with goals cooking your shit. People always fighting in the IHOP. They got that jukebox that don't have shit in it. Waffle House is terrible.
Waffle House is the shit, man.
IHOP is like cleaner. They hire more. Like, nah, Waffle House is just ghetto.
The ghetto.
Ooh, child. The ghetto. But I can eat me some Waffle House right now. I
love a good Waffle House, man.
But that's that. So this week I just thought about it.
We're done.
Because I just realized, fuck it, I'm just not gonna eat there no more. So my business is gonna go to Waffle House because I don't trust people who want to pay attention to burgers when they already had a winning team. You were on the winning team. People coming there drunk wanting some pancakes was the winning team. I don't know too many people who get drunk and be like, I want a burger. People usually want breakfast food or a taco. You were already on. You were already on the winning team. Mm-hmm. Why did you get off the? And nobody's gonna be like, let's go to IHOP for lunch. They're not going. They're gonna
Nobody goes to IHOP for
lunch. They're gonna go to Red Robin. Yum! Like that's what the hell they're gonna do. No one's gonna. No one's still gonna show up. Y'all place looks like breakfast. Nobody wants to eat there for lunch when it looks like breakfast. It looks like coffee should be served. Mm-hmm. Like you're messing up everything. Like
you're messing it up.
Like I just don't.
IHOP.
But. Anyways, I'll just be going to Waffle House. But anyway, so this week, my Women Crush Wednesday goes to Yvette Henderson. Do you know where she's from?
I don't.
She's from Smart Guy. Your brother is smart.
I didn't like that show.
Blasphemy. How can you not like Smart Guy?
Because I thought he was stupid.
Why?
I just thought he was just a little twat.
First of all,
big ass ears.
No, first of all, Taj Mowry was so super cute, and they had Jason Weaver, and I used to be obsessed with Jason. It was an era where it was all about Jason Weaver and Romeo from Steve Harvey Show. But Jason Weaver always had my heart because I think people. Listen, I don't know, like these young millennials and these Z-Geners are just so ridiculous. I guess people didn't know Jason Weaver was actually the voice or who did the singing parts for Simba on Lion King. And it's like, no, y'all gonna put some respect on Jason Weaver's name. That nigga sung Simba. Like Simba. Get your life. And then on top of that, he plays like the best He plays the best Michael in the Jackson 5 movie. Because that movie's like 12 hours anyway, and you go through like 3 different Michaels. But he plays like the essential Michael, like the ABC Michael, the one that I Want You Back Michael, the one where we fell in love with him and the afro. He plays the only Michael that matters in that whole entire movie. Because if anybody watches that whole entire movie, at this point, y'all out y'all mind. Most people just watch that middle section, and that's where Jason Weaver is, Michael. But anyway, so Yvette is my Woman Crush Wednesday because she was like a feminist, and she's the anti Moesha. And I didn't realize that until I started watching it again. Mm-hmm. And they really had like similar stories because like the mom passed away. So the dad was raising the 3 kids by himself. And we all know how Moesha was. Moesha thought she was Frank's equal, and she thought she was Mal's mama. Mm-hmm. For some strange reason, Yvette didn't think that. Like, Yvette still realized that she was a child, and she wanted to be a child. She wanted to be in high school and do high school things. She didn't want to run TJ and them. She just wanted to just mind her business. And then on top of that, she just was out here giving y'all fashions for the 90s, because she kind of dressed like Tia and Tamera anyway.
Yeah.
She was out here giving y'all fashions. She dropped out the cheerleading team because she said, like, basically it was, in a sense, misogynistic, and, like, all the boys were just watching them, like, twirling their skirts, and she just, thought she was better than that. She was intellectual. She was just a smart student. She was a feminist. And then the thing is, like, because TJ was so smart, but he was 10, he still got into a lot of bullshit because he was still he was like immature, but just like a brain. And Marcus was just out here just doing him anyway. Right. So she was the only one in the house, like just trying to work and do right and go to college and mind her business and, you know, not piss Floyd off. I think that's their damn name, was Floyd. Oh. So Essence Atkins, who played Yvette Henderson, shout out to you, girl, because you also have been on our televisions for a very long time. You literally were on Half and Half. You did did you watch Half and Half? Mm-hmm. And she was on that show that was on TBS. It was Ice Cube show, I think. Are We There Yet? Okay. And now she's on Marlon Wayne's show that's on NBC. Yeah. So, girl, you have really been on our television since the 90s, and all your shows last at least 3 seasons. So, you know that's a feat, because you know people ain't out here lasting 3 seasons. Like at least, because you know I think Smart Guy got canceled pretty early. But maybe Smart Guy probably got canceled around the time.
I think it was on for a minute though.
No, they did 3 seasons. Oh. Yeah, they did 3 seasons. Half and Half did 4. I don't know what Are We There Yet did, because TBS be running their shit year round. So like, I remember The Pains. It was a time where you turned to TBS. It was just Tyler Perry's The Pains. Yeah. So he got like 1,000 episodes in like 1 season. True. So I don't know. You know. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. And she like super funny, and she keep a check with Dwayne. So Essence Atkins, shout out to you, girl. You still look good. I think she like 46, 47. You still look good. You're aging out here well. You're not problematic. You just, no one hears nothing about you, girl. Like, she got married, had a baby, and been divorced. I found that out when I was looking her up, and I was just like, bitch, you had a whole life?
A whole life.
Girl has been married,
had a baby,
and divorced. Didn't know nothing. So,
cheers to you.
Shout out, girl. Your brother is smart. So that's that. But so this week our topic is recovering from negative people.
Yo, fuck y'all. Sorry.
That's real strong.
That was strong. That was really strong. It came off very strong. But I meant it. I said what I said.
So what is do you have negative people around you right now?
Hell to the no.
So not even family, nobody.
No, I don't fuck with them. I don't fuck with them. I don't fuck with no negative vibes. No negative vibes. Positive vibes only around you. Around me in my orbit. I sense it. You know, I'm real. You know, I can sense spirits. If your spirit is off, your energy is off.
Well, how long did it take you to get to that point?
Oh, it took me all my life, girl. No, I mean, I don't know. I just started to be more aware of people and their energy and who I allow in my circle, or who I allow to be around me. And you know, because energy is contagious. If you have a negative spirit and I can sense negativity, I can sense it, and I remove myself from it. So yeah.
So what do you describe? What's a negative person to you?
A negative person is somebody who's always complaining about everything. Nothing like. So when I worked at D-Bar, there was just one particular person. I mean, everything was a problem. The ice, the water out of the gun, the lemons that were cut weird, the napkins didn't fold correctly, the straws weren't strawy enough. You know, the cups were the cups weren't the right. I mean, everything was a problem. I've never met somebody that complained about everything. And that, to me, that's a negative person, because you're so fixated on all this stuff. It's like, are you even happy? Do you even care that you're breathing? That you're making money? That you're in a place where that you're allowed to make finances to pay your bills? Like, there's more things to be pressed about than why the ice is the way it is. Just be happy.
To have a job?
I mean, it's just like people who complain about every fucking thing. People who complain to me are just really...
Yeah, people who complain are one for me, because I've had a friend that complains about everything as if the world was like really conjuring up everything to be against her.
Right.
So when anything went wrong, it was like, no, because they could have did this. I remember she flipped out about we were looking for jobs. And I guess when we went to this one bar, the girl said they were out of resumes. And I didn't think anything of it. If you say you're out of resumes, I'm going to believe you're out of resumes, and I'm just going to move on with my life because that's how I am. But she was like, nah, that bitch didn't want us to get no job. And it went into like this entire like downward spiral about how this girl was conspiring against us because she was hating on us and she didn't want us to get this job. It's just like, I really just don't think it was no.
It's not necessary.
It's just no application.
It's just no application.
It's just, I don't know what to tell you. And then I also think negative people are people when you who actively go against the process. And what I mean by that, if you go to your friend and you tell your friend what you're trying to do and it's better for you and it's like an obvious move that's better for your life, and they find a way to like kind of go against that, and not necessarily in a mean way, and not necessarily probably intentional, because sometimes with friendships, people are very comfortable when you're at a certain space.
Right.
So if they're the friend that has like the nice car, not that they
don't want you to have a nice
they don't want you to have a car nicer than theirs.
Right.
So they want your car to be nice, but just don't outdo them. Yeah, don't outdo them. So people like that to me are a bit negative because it's like they constantly go against the betterment of yourself. So like I had a friend, I was just like, listen, this was probably like right when I got the DUI, or maybe like a few months after the DUI. I'm like, okay, there's a problem. I need to figure this out. I don't know if I need to be in somebody's AA or Betty Ford, or maybe I don't need to go that far. Maybe I just need to go sit down somewhere. Yeah. I don't know what needs to happen, but something needs to happen because there's something wrong. Like clearly something's wrong. And it started off as, okay, yeah, girl, I'm here. And then it was like, but just take a shot. Have a shot with me. Or come out with me. Come drink with me. And it, not necessarily that she was trying to be negative, but people who often go against the grain and try to keep you in a space when you're literally verbally saying, I do not want to be in this space anymore, but I can't necessarily do it alone. So I kind of need my tribe of people to encourage me and you know, help me, or whatever the case might be, support me. And you know, when you actively go against it, and when you actively seen the pitfalls of everything else, I always just kind of feel like that's negative too. So like for me now, with people, like I don't necessarily have a problem. I don't start friendships with people who I think ain't shit. Like I'm at the age now, like going out of days when you was in like high school and college, where you befriend everybody, then you kind of weed them out as you go. So your clique starts off as 10, but then by the time you get to your senior year, it's like not even 7, it's like 3. Because I think I started off with like maybe 6 or 7. I ended up with like 2 other girls I really, really hung and I trusted. But like going on the days where you're like, hey, let's all just be friends. Yeah. Now it's like, okay, you cool. Maybe we can be friends later. We'll see how these trials go.
We don't do that. Yeah, I don't do that.
We'll just wait.
You know, I'm more of the type like, look, I got my core group of friends. I have people that, you know, I entrust. I have my core group. So not to say that I don't like new friends. Because, I mean, I like nice people, but I'm not pressed. Like, if I don't make another friend for the rest of my life, I'm okay. So that's cool. But, like, you know, people that, like, I don't know, it's weird because I always get people that, like, try to gravitate towards me, and then it's like they suck the energy. I'm like, whoa, no.
I'm going to tell you who said something. Even though I do laugh at Ayala Fix My Life all the time because some of that shit is just hilarious.
Shit.
One thing... Penis! One thing she did... No, you let a penis infiltrate your friendship. Penis!
No, she said, say it to Harriet Tubman.
Say it to Harriet Tubman. Slap my booty, slap my booty.
No, she said, pop my pussy, pop my pussy.
Say that to Sojourner Truth. You say that to Mary McLeod Bethune. You say that shit to Rosa Parks. But no. I do often get a good chuckle off, especially that one episode where it was like the lady. This is like first season Ayala, low key. So the lady, I forgot what was going on in her marriage. I can't remember what the episode was about, but she was like, Ayala was like, get in the pool and wash your sins away or some bullshit. So the husband was at like the end of the pool, and so the lady gets in the pool and she walks across the pool as Ayala's like yelling at her, that is trust, that is dishonesty, that is love, that is cheating. So the lady's like walking across the pool. This shit was so. And then it was like this other episode that wasn't supposed to be funny. I guess it just made me feel it made me feel real awkward because so Ayala, it was like a little boy. It was like a boy. He might have been like in his early 20s, and he was gay. And so Ayala was like, I guess the father kind of didn't really want to have nothing to do with him. So Ayala, and it was just the most awkward scene. So Ayala makes him go to where the guy practices dancing at. So he's sitting there. Ayala puts on some like John P. Key, and the boy does like this praise dance, and the daddy just was looking so awkward. Oh my God. This was first now because I was on Ayala first season. This was first season. And I was just like, God, Ayala, this is so damn stupid. But one thing she did say that I did like was she said the quote, my cup runneth over. Mm-hmm. Everything that falls outside of the cup is for everybody else. Mm-hmm. Everything that's inside the cup is for you. Right. So if your cup is just full, then it's not meant for you to give out all this energy and all this love. If your cup is running over, all that's falling, that's spilling, that's for everybody else. But always make sure your cup is full. And negative people do that to you because it's like, I decided this shit, like for me, I put a quote up the other day, and the quote was like, I prayed to God, I prayed and asked God to remove all the negative people in my life. I almost died. And I laughed because that shit is funny. But in reality, that is true. And that's how I felt. It's like I prayed to God to relieve me from all the negativity. And he almost relieved me. And I almost got relieved from my motherfucking self. Like, how you about to take me out? Like, God, you got it wrong. I'm saying the negative people. And God's like, no, girl, I got it right. Your ass is negative as hell. And so that happens too because I was like in a space where I was super negative and people don't even realize when they're being... People tend to, when you're being negative, you tend to blame everybody around you because you're falling out with everybody around you. So it can't be you because you fell out with such and such because of this, and you fell out with such and such because of this, and you have a reason, you have the why, you know the when, so you're blaming everybody around you. And come to find out, it's you. The common denominator of all your problems is you. And so I went through a space like recently where I was my issue. I was the negativity. And not necessarily, I probably wasn't a negative friend. I probably was. But I was more negative to myself than anything else. Mm-hmm. And sometimes people have to step out of situations and look at their energy and what they're bringing to the table to know that, nigga, it might not be... Because it'd be just like this too. You fall out with like two of your friends and your mama, and like you beefing with an aunt that don't even live in your same city, and it's everybody but not you. Yeah. And it's like, no, it's no, bitch. It's you. And it's okay. And sometimes it's okay. Sometimes life puts you in a negative space because nothing is going your way. Right. Sometimes, you know, when you hear a bunch of no's.
But sometimes sometimes it takes all of that to even recognize that you are being negative. And and that's okay. Like, it's okay, like, because we're human, right? We all go through these ebbs and flows, and, you know, we all can't be positive 100% of the time. Really can't. So, but I think the thing is to know when we are being negative that because energy is passed on so easily.
Girl, that is not about to say that's math. That is science.
Like,
and energy
for real.
Is not
it's like
destroyed.
Negative energy is so it's almost like you can feel it. It's tangible if you're aware. Like if you are really conscious and like walking around aware, I can feel it. I always, like, if I'm in a room, I'll use this as an example. One of my friends, when I used to work at Scott's way back in the day, like me and one of the bartenders, we became like best friends, right? And so one year I didn't go home for Thanksgiving, and she invited me over to her family's house. And I walked in the door to her aunt's house, and I immediately felt sick to my stomach. I didn't really eat the food. It was just this weird energy. And I think I was probably there for maybe like 30 to 40 minutes. And I looked at her and I was just like, I think I'm going to go. Nobody talked to each other. Everybody was just kind of standing around looking at each other, very, very just real short, small talk. And I just was like, I felt it. I felt it in my gut, like this, like, but it wasn't like this. It was just, my stomach was just like, nah. I don't know. I can't really explain how it was, but I felt that energy. And as soon as I left, I felt so much better.
It is.
Even at D-Bar. When I worked at D-Bar, like, that energy there, it was just so negative. And I don't know if it was like, I don't know what it was, but it was just a negative energy, and I felt it. It made me anxious. It made me have anxiety. Like, even before I went to work, I was having anxiety going to work because I knew I was going to this place. And as soon as I walked in the door, it was just anxiety. Like, I felt this weird energy. It was a weird energy. I felt it, but as soon as I left, I was better.
But my mom, I was like, maybe a couple of years ago, my mom got like when my mom decides she's going to get into something, she like overkills it. Mm-hmm. So I felt like she like might have read a book or watched something about energy. So all of a sudden, everything was protect your energy. Like, get your crystals. Yeah. Protect your energy. But it was like, she was like beating us over the head with it. And it was like, she was like yelling it to us. So we started like making a mockery of it because she was just so aggressive with her protecting of the energy.
No, it's true.
But like when I decided, because it was like, I was in a rut. I was definitely in a rut. And so if you're putting out negative energy, like I said, they teach you that in science. Like, energy is not like neither destroyed or I forgot the other word they say. It's just passed on to the next. So essentially, everybody's just bouncing off different energies around to each other. And if you're a negative person, you're bouncing your negative ass energy to other people and bouncing it right back to yourself. And you keep just kind of shifting this negative energy around day after day after day after day. And I was like in this terrible space. And so I said, this year when January 1st came, like maybe in December, I was telling my mom, I was like, listen, I'm about to take a page out your book. I'm about to protect my energy. And I'm going to like, try to be more positive just about everything, even when I can't find nothing positive. And I remember Oprah always said she had a gratitude journal and she wrote down things that she was grateful for throughout the day. And it could be something, and it really be minute, because when you're like looking and you did nothing for the day, it's so funny how you find random stuff that you're actually thankful for. I remember like one day I was like, I looked around my apartment and realized I didn't owe nobody I didn't owe nobody no money. And so it was like, I was actually thankful to be in a space where I had money in my account. So if I wanted to go do something, I could. But my main bills are paid. I ain't have to worry about lights. I wasn't worried about internet. I wasn't worried about, where my rent was coming from.
Yeah.
So I started having like a gratitude journal. And then I was like, okay, for sure, going into 2018, I'm going to make a point to be a more positive person for myself. Not that I was necessarily a negative, because I was always very uplifting to my friends.
Yeah.
I was more down on myself, which is self-harm. Like, I was abusive to my own self in a sense. So I was like, I'm going to go into this year, since I'm on, drinking probation, I'm going to make sure, like, throughout this process, I'm going to, like, be grateful and try to be a happier person, even if I'm faking it. Because first, like a month or two, I was like faking that shit. Like, I was like, okay. And what I did was, since I was bartending, I was like, okay, so what I'm gonna do at work, because I'm very impatient. If you don't know what the hell you want, I will walk off from you and let you get some time to figure out what the hell you want. Like, I'm not one of them people that's gonna coax you through what the fuck you about to order.
Right.
If you don't know what you about to order, holler at me when you're ready.
Right.
But I realized that I was being so impatient. I was like kind of like swiftly walking off on people. So I was like, all right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to slow everything down. I'm going to take the time to like smell the roses. I'm going to take the time to understand that today is Monday and live through Monday. Like my days are rushing by really fast. These years are going by really fast. I'm going to slow everything down. And like slowing everything down and just being more aware or just in the moment literally changed a lot of my energy, how I felt about life, and then essentially it started like making better outcomes in a weird way. And it's just so weird how that works when you are being a better and positive person. Like, it be some people that you always look at like, damn, how they stay winning? And then it's like the people to me who stay winning are like people I knew who were just genuinely good people. So I was like, I need to get to that space where I'm vibrating to such a level.
But it's like but you are. The thing is, like, you can't, that's like, when people think like that, it's like, I need to get to that space. You are at that space. You can't have to shift your...
Yeah, and I mean, that's what I did. I just stopped, I slowed everything down and then was just like, all right, okay, so this is what happens. I can't do shit about XYZ. We just don't wash that. That's just a wash. I can't fix it, can't break it, can't make it better. But from this point on, I can just be a better person. And with that was, let me just not be so negative about so much stuff. Because then it was just like, for some strange reason, nothing would work out. When you holding that type of energy nothing works out. Like, it's really weird how energy actually works. And I'm telling y'all,
it's for real.
And protect your energy too. Like,
there are people that will suck the energy out of you.
What? Like leeches, like mosquitoes. Like, if you feel somebody, and sometimes it's family and sometimes it's friends,
it's gut.
And you can't give them pass.
Your gut feeling, you will feel it. Like, if you really pay attention to the people that you're around, like, and I hate to say it, like, I'm not antisocial, but I don't fuck with people. I only fuck with the people I fuck with. And
that doesn't mean you can't be nice and you can't be the life of the party.
I'm always nice, but I'm nice to a certain degree. Like, I can, like, when I tell you I can sense negative people, like, okay, so over the weekend, this lady, as soon as she walked in and I saw her, I immediately felt, I was like, yo, this lady's gonna be a problem. I felt it. As soon as I saw her, I was like, man, her energy is...
What's your problem?
Yes. Let me tell you. So she comes to the bar, right? And she sits down with her husband. And, she's an older woman. She didn't really have edges. And her hair, like, I can tell. I just looked at her and I knew.
So her not having edges was
I'm trying to paint the picture.
Oh, right? I was just trying to know.
She was an older woman. She was a little heavy set. But she had a handsome husband.
Oh, okay.
So she looked at me, she looked at her husband, and she was just like, I want to buy a bottle of wine. I said, she's like, I want to buy a bottle of red wine. I said, well, unfortunately, I only have one bottle, and, I can't sell it because it's only one bottle. And, that's for the duration of the night. She's like, she started huffing and puffing, and her feathers got all ruffled up. So her husband was like, okay, well, let's just get a drink. Do you just want a glass of wine? She was just like, well, I really wanted a bottle. And then he was like, okay, but they don't have bottles to sell. Do you just want to get a glass of wine? So she's like, all right. So she got a glass of wine. They ordered food, but they didn't order for me. So, of course, it's a soft opening. The kitchen was taking a minute. So,
Oh, so you want a whole bottle during a soft opening? Bitch, it's a soft opening. You better get what you can get.
So, other people were getting their food, but, everybody's food took a minute, right? So the guy asked for he wanted to see his tab. Mm-hmm. So I print out his tab and I give it to him. And he was like, I didn't order this food didn't come out yet, and it's been like 30 minutes. So, you know, you can go ahead and take that off the tab. And I was just like, oh, okay. I said, well, did you want me to go check and see? And the lady, she snatched the bill up and she just started yelling at me. So I'm looking, and mind you, I'm just looking at her like with a straight face, just like looking at her like, bitch, it's a soft opening.
Yeah,
like everything is gonna go wrong tonight.
That's what
Food
happens.
ain't coming out on time.
Plumbing still ain't all the way together.
Ain't put all the way together. If you fucking flush the toilet, the shit might be backed up. I don't know.
Lights is flickering.
The lights, shit's fucked up. It's soft.
They still building in the back. They still soft.
You don't hear that shit in the back.
They drilling in the back.
So she's
they
like,
keep your shit on the open fire. The stove don't work.
Like she's just like, I'm frustrated. I'm so frustrated. Oh my god, take this off my tab. Take it off. And she's just yelling, take it out. And I just looked at him and I'm just like, damn. I wonder which type of bitch she like when she said, oh my god.
Yeah, man, you can't.
Like, you know, and that's another thing. Like, people who are rude to service people, like, there's just no way that I could ever be rude to people that are, like, of the service industry.
I mean, just at this point, it takes nothing to be polite.
It takes nothing. It takes all the energy in the world.
And you don't know why people are, like, working the jobs they work or doing the stuff they do.
Exactly. And, you know, this lady was just up in arms. So, you know, I was just like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I'll take it off your tab. I'm not tripping. Like, I mean, I don't give a fuck.
Don't give a shit.
Like, I really don't give a fuck. So she, like, was, and I felt like maybe she was, and, you know, you can, I guess for me, like, I can always tell when somebody is, like, it's underlining issues, right? So her husband and I, because I kept asking her husband, like, okay, well, is this what you want? Is this, and maybe I was talking to her husband too long.
You was on her husband's face, bitch, grinning. You can't be grinning in these niggas' faces, man. Oh, stop grinning.
You know? But, you know, I wasn't even like that. I'm literally just trying to take this man's order, you know, like, really trying to, like, just help him out. But he was like, babe, do you want another drink? And she was like, yes. But she would, like, tell him, I want a crown on the rocks. And I'm just standing there like, so you say you want a crown on the rocks?
Yeah, I do that, people. She ain't finna ignore me.
And then she would be like, yes. And then he would be like, yeah, she wants a crown. I'm like, bitch! What's wrong with you? With your negative ass? Get out of here!
Yeah, keep your energy away from me.
Get out of
and
here!
I have no problem. Listen, y'all don't have to, and know that y'all don't have to take energy home with you. Just because you at a function, because you have to be, does not mean you have to take that negative energy.
Sage your shit.
Sage your stuff. Pray in your car. Listen to your
John P. Key.
Listen to your CC Winer's Alabaster Box once you get into the car, and you know, leave people in their energy right where it's at.
Girl, I used to say, when I worked at G-Bar, I used to sage myself when I got home.
You should. My aunt said that, though. You be carrying people's spirits.
Like, I used to sage myself because sometimes I felt like those energies followed me. So I would, like, do a cleanse after I got home. Because there's some weird souls.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, trust your instincts. It tells you no lies. And honestly, if you're falling out with multiple people, stop. It's you. Like, I was gonna try to make it sound nicer. It's you. So just look at yourself too. Like, protect your energy, and then always
just be mindful.
Mindful of your
fucking nice. Just be nice. Shut the fuck up. Stop.
Say please and thank you.
Stop being a fucking know-it-all. You don't know shit. You don't know everything. Oh my god, that's like the worst person.
And just because, yeah, shit. And then that, you know, life ain't always gonna be grand. Just don't fall for life not being grand. I think like that happens a lot too. Like I said, I didn't realize I was being negative. It's just a whole bunch of shit just went left, and then I was just in a funk.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, y'all, it could be depression, it could be whatever, but sometimes your energy and your spirit is just low.
And if it is, you know what? Take that time to be by yourself.
That's okay too.
Don't go into the world passing on that shit. Like, if I know, because I get in those moods where I feel like I'm being a negative Nancy, so I just need to go home, and just be by myself because I don't want to share.
I do that
energy.
now. I do that now too. If I know I'm in a bad mood, that's why I have no problem canceling on nobody. If I know I'm not up to my normal self, I will stay home because ain't nothing good. Because when you be passing out that negative energy, that shit comes back to you. It's not like you giving it away. It's not like you in a bad mood, so you go out and now you just give away all your negative energy.
It comes back.
No,
like it's just like
tenfold.
It's a negative and a negative. Don't
tenfold.
equal a positive in that type of situation.
No, you be bag lady. You go out with a negative jacket, you come back with negative pants and a book bag. You don't, you know. You have to be mindful, and I understand life can be very difficult, and shit do go left. But just positive thinking and just positive, all that. When you're just being positive about a lot of stuff, you will understand how terrible some stuff really just isn't. And I realized that too when I was at work. Like I was so anxious to go. Now I'm Debbie Downer. Now I'm super mad. So it's like the time drags on. But when I'm at work and I'm just like, all right, I'm here. Let's just do this.
Even
time flies.
Even for me, like, you know, I ain't getting paid what I'm supposed to be getting paid.
we bring it up every week. I think that's every week. Every week.
I ain't getting paid like I'm supposed to be getting paid. I ain't, you know, it's not right. But you know what? It's silver lining because I look at it like, okay, well, A, I have a job. I have a pretty solid job.
Yep.
B, you know, I can't complain because I have a lot of freedom. And then C, you know, I know the right people to get what I need. You know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily, I don't have to, I can ask the right people to what would take others months to get, I can get in a day. Just because, you know, those right people, I know the right people.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I have to outweigh the negative and the positive, and I have way more positive, even though I ain't getting paid enough. But
you got a job.
I got a job.
You didn't want to bartend no more.
I didn't want to bartend no more, and I do really enjoy my job, and that's another thing. Like it's like I really, really fucking enjoy what I do, but I ain't getting paid the way I feel I should be getting paid. So I actually was just thinking about that because at first I was really, really kind of like upset about it because I saw that some other people got kind of like ahead of me, but they don't really do as much as I do. But then I started to think like, okay, well, one, you have everything that you need to do what you want to do. You have all the tools, access, whatever you need, you got it. And it's like an ask away, right? Mm-hmm. So that should be enough. Create what you want. And so that's why I had to change my perspective on that situation because I was starting to get negative and starting to like be like, man, fuck this shit. But then I was like, you know what? Nah, I can't say fuck this shit. I just have to continue to do what I do and be grateful because I have that opportunity to do it, right? You know, like, it's just like the little shit, like the equipment that I get or that I have access to, you know, it outweighs the bad part.
Yeah, I mean, and you have to sometimes take a look at life in a bigger picture and realize that you are pretty lucky and blessed. And life will get you down on so many levels in so many ways.
If you think about
the wrong thing.
Or you think about it the wrong way.
Yeah, because I mean, getting a DUI wasn't a dream of mine. Just wasn't one of the things I want to put on my bucket list.
No.
And you know, totaling a brand new car that only had about 300 miles on it is not something you should be proud about. Totaled a whole spanking brand new car. But and that's enough to piss you off and then to go through that process. But on the flip side,
You could have killed somebody.
I didn't kill nobody.
And you could have killed yourself.
I didn't kill myself. My mother would have hated that. So, you know, I like her. I don't want to mark off in such a tragic way. I didn't. And the bigger thing, because I would rather take myself out in a situation like that. But the bigger thing is I didn't kill anybody. Nobody was injured. Nobody double back, well, knock on wood, and sued me for nothing, you know.
And then even your punishment didn't fit the crime.
Yeah, and in reality, the fact that I did hit 2 cop cars, and there was a person in one of those cop cars.
So you're there's so much.
It's so much other stuff. It's so many other moving parts to focus on, and that's just in life in general. I mean, that's just one.
I mean, that's
scenario.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, that's just one. I mean, even with breakups, I mean, you could choose how you look at breakups. I mean, granted, fuck them niggas I used to date, but
I'll say that again. Fuck them niggas that I used to date.
But like when I actually look back, it's like, especially like one of them, he was like a cool dude, and you know, it was a good time when it was a good time. We was out here living. It was great. It was phenomenal. I mean, you know, I could sit here and focus on all the terrible shit that happened, but what would be the fun in that at this point?
Yeah.
You know, and that's just life in general. What is the point of focusing on the negative and the bad all the time?
That's
and you
true.
carrying this negative energy, and it just nothing goes right. Like, I don't think y'all understand. It's kind of how, like, somebody said, I think somebody was like, I think this girl, she said it started because she got into it with somebody. She was going to work, and somebody cut her off, and she got super pissed by it, and she cussed him out. He cussed her back out. Then she goes to work, and everything just started from that moment. Everything about that day was just shit. And really, that's how I kind of feel about negative energy. It's like once you give into it, it just keeps coming and keeps coming and keeps coming. It's just like, no, girl. So some situations, I even change my reactions to certain situations, because trust me,
She a scrapper.
I'm quick. I'm quick with the attitude. I'm quick with the comeback. I'm quick with the fuck you. I am quick. Okay? You call me quick from Harlem Nights quick, okay? But like sometimes I stop myself now, and because I know I can't be very quick, sometimes I like give myself like a second. And then
Process the information.
And it doesn't ruin the day. Because that's probably why I got into it so many times in the club, was because I was so quick to react to stuff. But 5 seconds of, okay. Well, I'm not really bothered anymore. And then it's gone. Versus the fuck. And then that leads to something. And that leads to something. And next thing you know, you outside the club trying to explain yourself to a bouncer. Ain't how you want to live your life. It was like that. So it's like,
get your hands behind your back.
You get your hands behind your back. Trying to explain your bullshit. When really just 1 second of positivity, like, okay.
Or just take a
breather.
When that lady was yelling at me, I really wanted to be like, bitch, with your no edge having ass, you. But I was like, you know what? Sis, I know it's an underlining issue. I know it's something. I know it's not me. It's not me. I wanted to be like, sis, are you okay?
And it's not. A lot of stuff that's not thing.
And yeah,
a lot of stuff don't be about you.
It's not about you.
It's not about you.
Like when somebody's ranting and raving and getting mad and huffing and puffing and turning shit, it's not about you. It's about them. It's something within them that they don't know how to grasp whatever situation they're going through or whatever. So that energy it goes into something else that they can feel like they can gripe about. Because honestly, people who are just chilling and happy, they not complaining about shit. They ain't saying shit. They don't give a fuck. They neutral.
Everybody I know who had a positive outlook and who was not like negative Nancy's, they all live very positive, great, happy, full lives. Like, period.
Don't give a fuck.
I know a couple that just broke up, and like one of them is just out here like flourishing in these streets. Like the roses are redder. Food tastes better. It's like a ray of sunshine when I see them. And then the counterpart is just like womp womp.
Yep.
And And sometimes it's like, that's how when you are super negative, that is the sound. It's like, womp, womp.
Here comes Negative Nancy.
Hello, Negative Nancy.
Hello, Negative Nancy.
What negativity you gonna give me today, negative? Negative. Bitch, you be at plus 10. Negative Nancy come at -9, and you just sitting there looking stupid with 1.
But you know that my favorite thing is I love to call out Negative Nancy's. Like sometimes, like my best friend, her daughter, over like for Christmas, she came in, she's just sitting at the table and pouting and moving her little fork around. I'm like, okay, Negative Nancy, seriously, we don't need that kind of energy around here. Yeah, you can go back to your room.
That's what I'm gonna do with my kids. You can't sit at my dinner table. You're bringing up the vibe.
Yeah,
please
that's what I told her.
Nah.
I said, you killing the vibe around here, man.
Please don't kill
killing the vibe. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm not.
No vibes. No bad vibes.
I knew somebody like that, and that's why to this day, it's like we don't really like hanging with your ass. Every time you round, the function go left, man. Your vibes is fucked up.
Your vibes are fucked up.
Your vibes is fucked up for real. I've never met a person that has gotten into it with everybody. I mean, I've had my moments, but I know a person that stranger. Like how you get into a fucking stranger dangerous? Like everybody dangerous. Like you ain't supposed to be talking to this motherfucker. Like that's the bathroom attendant. Girl. How you got into it with the bathroom attendant? Take your peppermint and roll, bitch. Take the little squeeze and then it's take the squirt. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands and go.
Like, y'all,
isn't that deep?
All she was gonna do was squirt on your hand, man.
Like I used to, so this girl that I know, I mean, like every fucking thing was a problem, and I'm like, are you? And I remember I asked her, I said, are you ever happy? Are you?
No, but I did that before. I remember like one time I made a point, like I was mad about something, so I still went to the function, and I remember I brought the whole entire function down. And at the moment, it was kind of like that was my goal. My goal was to make everybody feel the way I felt, and I did. But then it's just like, all right, we didn't invite no more. Yeah. And that's what happened. It was just like, all right, until you get out your fucking attitude, let us know when you're done. Because we're about to go to the next spot and we're going to leave you right where you're at. Because, and it was awkward. I made it awkward. Other people were awkward. People thought they had to choose sides because I just make the situation so ridiculously. And now one of my proudest moments in the moment, because like, look how I fucked this whole party up. But looking back, you shouldn't do that. No. And I wouldn't do that again. But in that moment though, I was like picky in the brain, like I'm trying to say, like
fuck it up,
like an evil laugh, like Dr. Kevorkian, like mwah, mwah, mwah. But like looking back, like, but nothing came out of it, and then I couldn't let go of the energy. Like I got so deep into that space that when it came time to kind of let it go, I couldn't even let it go because I done went like so deep in it.
But you know, it takes more energy to be negative.
That's why I couldn't get out of it.
It takes to be positive.
I had got so deep in it. By the time everything was out and said and done, and everybody should make up and kiss and be friends, I was still -500 under. So I can't get to, like, we can't get nowhere because I'm not even at 0 yet, bitch.
You're still negative.
Yeah, I'm -500. I'm still liable to jump on you right now, girl. So it's like, and then it got so bad, and then it got to the point where people had to pick sides, and now both y'all can't be invited to the same function. But I was such a terrible tyrant at the one function. It's like, well, we want to go with the person who was fun at the function. Well, she wasn't necessarily fun, but we're going to go with somebody who had a better spirits at the function versus you who was just acting like the fucking Grinch.
Yeah, that's no fun. Like, you know, people be fucking happy, man. Like, it takes more energy to be upset about things. Granted, life is life.
You're gonna get upset though, but don't let yourself stew in that stuff.
I mean, if you gonna get upset, that's cool. Go home and take a fucking nap. Just take a nap.
I tell y'all, nap cures everything. You hungry? Take a nap.
Take a nap.
You mad? Take a nap.
If you had a bad day, go the fuck home and take a fucking nap.
You open your email and see your Reliant bill 145.
Take a nap.
That's all you need.
And turn your air off. Turn the lights off.
Listen, had an air at 90 and cut all these unplug shit. I'm trying to figure out, can I unplug my refrigerator overnight? I'm trying to come up with
just
solution.
Unplug some shit. Like, take a nap. Like, y'all don't know. Like, when I tell you, there has been so many times where I have felt so overwhelmed and so negative at my job. I literally would just be like, you know what? Today is canceled. And I know some people some people don't have that luxury to do that. But I'm just saying, even when you get off work, just go to bed.
I'm gonna tell you what I started to do.
Go to bed.
If you need to go into a bathroom stall,
but you know,
just sit there, and count, and breathe, you take that time out to count and breathe. Don't let that negative energy sit on you. Don't stew in it, because then you gonna start living in it and don't even know when it happened. I was living in negative energy, didn't even realize I was I didn't realize I was living in that energy for so long because that had became my everyday. So then, like, when I started to kind of be a bit more positive and try to see things differently, it was just like, now, like, how the hell did I live in such a funk this entire time?
I remember one night you came to D-Bar.
I was just over it.
You came in, you were happy, and then you came, I don't know what you did, but you came back inside and you had this, like, whole different
you're
demeanor.
like,
you're
this
defeated. Energy was just like, you were just looking like, and you said, do you think this is even a good idea? And I'm just like, girl, what?
And then, like, you question everything, and then you feel defeated, and then everything is just a big question, and
it's a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole, and not that, every day you're like in a deep dark space. I mean, you still have happy moments in it, but overall you're living in,
But the thing is, you have to be aware that you are in that space.
Yeah.
Once you become aware of it, you allow that to. It's not like you can be like you can't get upset that you're negative, because like I said, we're fucking humans. We have an array of emotions at any given time. Everybody experiences that, but we have to be aware, and then we have to know. We have to have like an exit strategy. Okay, well, I know I'm being negative.
Monday morning.
I know I'm being negative.
Tony go for everything first thing Monday morning. You better pack.
I know I'm being
the negativity
negative.
Away.
I know I'm being negative. So and that's exactly what I do. If I know that my negativity is, I can feel it. I know I'm exuding negative energy. I'm going the fuck home and I'm locking myself up and I'm gonna take a nap.
And I mean, you have to do that.
And usually, when I wake up, I feel much better.
You eat and you good. And then on top of that, and it's okay to cut off people who are negative in your life.
Everybody.
Anybody. Granted, like, I know somebody who's negative. I didn't fully cut them off.
Separate yourself.
I separated myself. So when they start to go into the rabbit hole, I find a way to get out of the conversation or whatever the case might be. Or if we're supposed to go somewhere and it's super duper negative before we can even get the plans thoroughly ironed out, I will politely be like, you know what? Never mind. I'll chat with you on a day.
Because you can sense it. Yeah. You can sense it. Like, I make plans with people all the time, but I cancel all the time.
Protect your energy! Like my mama said.
All the time. Because that's just no joke, man.
So, in short, protect your energy. Don't be a negative Nancy,
And if you are a negative Nancy,
take a nap.
Take a nap.
Pray about it. Talk to God.
Tell God what you're upset about, and then go take a nap, and then you'll feel better. It works, people. I'm telling you, naps are magical. I don't know why we're not pushing this agenda through public health, I don't get it. But naps are paramount to combating negative energy.
I'm trying to figure out where. Oh, okay. So,
you got a letter?
We have a letter.
Whoa, bitch, you got a letter?
Oh my God. I love it. You guys, send your fucking letters. This is awesome.
Wait, that's last week's. Hold on, guys. Okay, never mind. I seen it. Okay, there we go. So, once again, it's recoveringpartygirlsletters@gmail.com.
That's my favorite part of the show.
Just want to throw out the address. recoveringpartygirlsletters@gmail. Finding these random places.
I love it.
But this week on Moesha's Diary, we have a letter from, we're going to name her Diane Carroll.
Diane Carroll.
Dear Natoya and Adrianna, I'm in quite a situation. My brother is dating an acquaintance from college. Me and her knew each other because we hung in the same clique, but the clique has about 9 girls and was broken up into about 3 or 4 smaller cliques, so me and her weren't necessarily in the same smaller clique. I never really chilled with her one-on-one, but since we've hung out in the same circle, I know her ways. And now she's dating my brother. We were cool at first, but now I feel some type of way about the way she treats my brother. Me and her got into it over a Facebook post. Granted, she was just venting, and I did that to my man before, but that's my brother. Love, Diane Carroll. Well, Diane.
So, you know,
I mean, if you're mad about a Facebook post, honestly, girl, that ain't your business.
You know, I don't know.
I would say if you're mad about a Facebook post, and I'm gonna say that because I did that for my little brother. Like, I got mad at a Facebook post that was posted. This maybe like in the past like year or two too. A post was posted. I went in on the girl because that's my natural instinct. That's my little brother. But then when the situation ended, him and the girl still stayed together. And then I kind of was like the odd man out. Because not every situation, like when you're taking on your siblings' relationship drama, not every situation is going to end where your sibling is cutting that person off. So when you're being like a terrible tyrant, sometimes you end up making yourself the outcast because sometimes they stay together and get married and have babies and get engaged, and you make yourself the odd man out. And for me, that was like a big learning lesson because I told that girl some stuff. But then on the flip side of that coin, I too have did some stuff to somebody's brother. And I wouldn't want nobody's sister coming to me. And that's how I had to start looking at a lot of situations. I've done a shitload of stuff to people's brothers. I slapped the church's money when he was going to the NBA. I'm pretty sure he had 3 older sisters that probably was ready to whoop my ass. Granted, they never said nothing to me and I never got into a confrontation with them. But that just boils down to say I've also been on the other end of the stick with a man who had siblings and I did stuff to that person. Right. And I would have felt some way if a sibling would have called me saying, that's my brother. I would have been like, bitch, you fucking him? Like, why are you calling me?
You know.
But that's me, though. But it took me a minute to get there.
Me, you know, I'm very protective of my brothers. Just because my brothers they're not me. I'm the scrapper of the group. I'm the muscle of the group. So, you know, I can only say, like, my brothers, I remember that my brother dated this girl for a very long time. He ended up getting engaged to her. They actually got into an altercation. And, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to beat the girl up. I went over to the house. I was ready to fight. I told my friend to drop me off. I was ready to fight. I was ready to fight. Like, you can't fight my brother, but you can fight me. And it was a pretty serious situation. And they ended up getting back together. And I was so upset because I was ready to go to jail behind my brother. And I realized that I couldn't do that. You know, and it was crazy because me and my brother stopped speaking after a while because I felt some type of way about it and he felt some type of way about it. But, you know, of course we ended up getting over it, whatever. But, you know, that's a serious situation. Like, friendships and like, you dating your friend's brother, like, nah, I don't know. That's a touchy thing. And to me, it's all about respect, right? Like, respect is paramount. Like, if you are friends with somebody and you start dating their sibling after the fact, there has to be some form of respect on both ends. Because if it's a true friendship, your friendship can either it can stay intact or it's going to be non-existent after the fact. So I think on both parts, you have to be cognizant of that, because I personally, if I'm dating my friend's brother, not to say that I would think more of the friendship than the relationship that I have with a brother, but I'm thinking of what is going to be the most respectful thing on both parts, right?
But I think all that goes out the window when you start falling in love. Not like, you actively considering your friend you won't actively consider your friend once you fall in love with the brother.
But out of respect, but there's a difference, because I see what you're saying, but to me, I personally feel like at the end of the day, there's a difference. Like, out of respect for the friend, I'm not going to go AWOL and just be like putting some crazy shit on Facebook or whatever. Like, I'm going to keep that shit.
Because stuff shift. No, because stuff, like, situations shift, right?
They do.
And once situations and friendships start to shift, you don't have that same connection. Like, originally you have this deep-seated connection, so that's my friend. But then after a while, you might start dating her brother, and y'all friendship kind of takes a backseat, and now perfect example, the guy I dated on and off in like high school and in college. I knew his sister. We actually went to the same high school. Me and his sister did. I knew his family, the whole nine. I really wasn't close to his sister because I knew he was hoeing around, and I would have felt really disrespectful. I thought it was very disrespectful if me and you were really good friends, and then you were like really good friends with other bitch. So I'm just one of the people. I know people are for their people. So I know regardless of, like, somebody's mama might quote unquote like you, but trust and believe she likes the next bitch too. Because she's a fan of her son, or she's a fan of her daughter, or however the case might be. So me and I don't give a shit about him now. Me and KK, his sister, are super cool. I think about it. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about that nigga. Anyways, me and his sister are super close now.
Yeah.
And so it shifted where he's like, in fact, I haven't seen him in years, actually, truth be told. I haven't seen him in years. But I've seen his parents. I see his sister. Before I moved here, I used to stay the night at their parents' house because the sister still lived there.
Did you ever do any disrespect shit to him?
That shit was a mess. But, like, his family kind of would, like, we were young and we were cool. I messed with one of his friends and the whole family, and I told them, like, oh, yeah, I'm talking to such and such, like the family knew. It was like at the dinner table, I was telling them how, like, I now talk to whoever. This was a few years ago. But, like, the thing is, stuff starts to shift. Relationships start to shift after time.
Were you friends with the sister prior to you dating this person?
Yeah. But situations just shift. And that's the thing. So, but this girl doesn't even sound like it sounds like this girl kind of knows this. It sounds like Diane Carroll knows this girl and probably thinks she has some, like, Jezebel ways. But with that being said, that's a lesson for your brother to learn. That ain't, and that's lessons you can't.
Hey, man.
And listen, let me tell you something.
Man. You can tell a motherfucker a bitch
you might be his sister, but pussy's still pussy.
Hey, man,
people gotta get out the phone.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I had a situation.
You gotta get out the
with my brother, my oldest brother, and I told him. I feel like maybe that led him to her.
And that does that too.
I told him, because he asked me. I said, "Look, man. Hey, I know some shit." I told him some shit. I didn't tell him everything, but I told him enough for him to make a
conscious decision.
Hey, man, she been out there. She's out there. She's out there. But he made the decision to go ahead with the person. He said, "Pass is a pass." My nigga. I will support you.
And you have to let people do that, and you have to let people go through the phase, and you have to let people, and I realized that with my younger brother. Mm-hmm. You have to let people live their lives accordingly.
Yeah.
And do not get invested in other people's shit.
Nope.
Because it's never, when you start dealing with relationships and sex and love and like and pillow talk and cuddling and sexting all day and spooning, that trumps your sibling card. Because you ain't spooning. You and your siblings go in and out on waves. You know, your sibling starts off as your best friend. You can't live without them. Then somewhere along the lines, y'all get, especially if it's like gaps in years, y'all kind of get your own like crew and your own little thing going. And even though you're still siblings and you still sit at home and watch TV and crack jokes, people start having their own identities, meeting new people, doing new things. And yes, y'all are still siblings and y'all still gonna be close, and there's no bond like a sibling bond, but it's something different about like for me, it's something different about the nigga I'm having sex with than my brothers. And for the most part, I can name like a nigga or two that really I would probably be like caping for my nigga before my brothers, in a sense. Not in like a bad sense, but in a sense like y'all. Sex is just so powerful. Like, I don't think y'all be understanding how powerful sex and relationships really be. So sometimes you just need to take a step back and let them fall on their own sword. Sometimes a soldier got to fall on their own sword.
And sis, let him fall on his own sword.
Yeah, it's not your battle. You ain't supposed to. So what? She put something about your brother.
As long as she don't put her hands on him.
Girl, she don't say nothing. Even if she put her hands on him, listen, let me tell you something too. I done been down that road too. And like I said, I'm very happy that nobody jumped on me, because I would have fought back. But Jesus. With that being said, I've done some stuff to people's brothers, so I'm not gonna go rage in a fight on some things that happens to my brothers. And I'm not gonna be Call of Duty for my brothers, when in reality, my brothers are super like calm like that. Like, no nigga could beat on me, of course, but I was going through with this dude, and my little brother was like, I talked to him yesterday, he's sending me some Snickers, and I'm like, I hate his guts, why are you talking to him? I hate his guts. Like, what do you mean you still got shoes coming? Like, fuck that nigga, fuck them sneakers. But you know, I just think at the end of the day, it's not your battle. If he said something about that, listen, don't be that girlfriend on Facebook. And how about this? How about you tell everybody not to tell you what she's posting? Protect your energy.
Block her.
Protect your energy. Because that ain't your business. Like, in hindsight, that ain't your business. Did your brother tell you? It's not really your business. And you know what? And when people start getting way too overprotective over their brothers, I be thinking incest be going on. Because I knew this lady who was like super duper like, no, for real. Like, she beefed with all her brother's girlfriends. Even like to the point where like trying to fight like every last one of them like a jealous ex-girlfriend. It's just like, can you relax, man?
Oh yeah, no.
So sometimes y'all be coming across like that too. So
I mean, like I said, I am a protective sister. You
gotta let some stuff just run its course.
I say this, like, I don't, I guess maybe it's just this like an isolated situation, because we were acquaintances, we were friends, and the girl started dating my brother, and shit just went left, and I felt, and I kind of told this person, hey man, this is, respect is top tier, okay? Look, I don't give a fuck what you do, but just be respectful of your shit. And it didn't happen like that. So, but that's neither here nor there. But I would agree that don't be involved. It
ain't your business.
It's not your business. And, just ignore
Let your brother do what your brother gonna do. Because when you start beefing with that girl, I'm gonna tell you something too. Yeah, people be swearing that beefing be breaking people up. That should be like helping a relationship move forward. That every time people be beefing and your mama don't like your boyfriend and your cousin don't like your boyfriend, you can't stand somebody baby mama. It's something about that make that bond. Bonnie and Clyde.
Let me tell you something. My brother's fiance, his ex fiance, they got into it. We almost fought all the shit, right? That Christmas they got engaged. Yep. So I'm looking like Boo the Clown, because I was really trying to fight this bitch like a couple months before.
You done made yourself the outcast. So now you could have been cool, because people have to realize too, especially when your siblings start to like cohabitate. It's an awkward thing if like their spouse don't really like you. You're not getting invited to all the functions.
Bitch, I told my brother, I was just like, how can you get married to somebody? Because after they got engaged or whatever, I'm thinking like, damn, I know this bitch don't like me. I know she don't like me. How can they get married? Like, she only want me. I know she only want me at her bridal party.
And if you're close to your siblings, that do hurt your feelings because you love your siblings so much. You want to like their spouse.
And I told my brother, I was like, yo, I'm gonna have to be a groomsman.
Like, I want to like your spouse.
Like, I'm gonna have to low key be a groomsman because I know she not gonna like. She gonna only want me at her wedding party as a default, and she probably gonna put me on the very, very end.
Yeah. And
Or,
you
like,
looking crazy because he like, well, we got enough, so you can't be my groomsman because it's 5 and 5. So you can sit on the front row next to Mama. The color's royal blue. You're more than welcome to get your bridesmaid dress, but no, you're not walking down the aisle.
But but by the grace of God, that shit didn't work out.
And I mean, but it won't always be that way.
It won't always be that way.
You can't,
but,
for me, now that I got older, I wouldn't take that gamble because, like, I love my brothers too much.
Yeah, that was like almost 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I'm
a new person.
Yeah, I'm not forging, like, for me now, I'm not forging the fight for my sibling.
And
like
actually,
not like that, not to that extent. I'm not forging a fight for my sibling.
And I'm not forging a friendship with my siblings.
And I don't do that either. Like, but I've never been a person to be your friend because I was dating your brother. Like, I never gave a shit about your sister.
I don't.
I mean, like, ask KK. One day, I'll tell you. KK will tell you. KK would be like, she was.
Like,
I knew her.
I think that is something that I have to learn, that I cannot be friends with my brother's girlfriends.
And it's okay. You can just see them at the family functions, and that's okay.
I don't want to be.
You
don't
have to text them. You don't have to have their phone number.
I don't want your phone number.
Listen, you don't.
I don't want to, because one of my brother's ex-girlfriends was like texting me like wanting to hang out and shit. And at first I was like kind of cool with it, but then I realized, oh shit, this bitch really trying to like. She knows that me and my brother are close, so she knows that. If she's good with me, she'll get in better with him. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man.
And people use you for that. I wonder did KK ever feel? Nah, by that time I had already been in love with a whole nother nigga, so.
So moral of the story.
Moral of the story is protect your energy, block that bitch.
Block her.
And tell everybody not to tell you what's on her page.
Like, who cares?
Listen, it don't really matter. It sounds like you guys, you said college, so I feel like you guys are not even like 30 yet. I feel like y'all probably might be like 26 or 27. But I mean, even if y'all are over 30, at this point,
it doesn't matter.
Just let that relationship play out as it may. They probably not gonna end up together. If you add, it's something about adding a teaspoon of drama that'll keep some shit going. So don't add that teaspoon.
Don't add the teaspoon.
Listen,
don't add the teaspoon.
Listen, you want to keep me
That's
with
true.
You want to keep me with
That's
a nigga?
true.
Let a girl call my phone. you want me to stay with a nigga? Let a bitch call my phone. Exactly. That'll buy a bitch another 6 months.
Yeah,
I was about to break up with him. But you called my phone. Now I gotta stay with this nigga for 6 more months. So listen, a teaspoon of drama.
Don't be that girl that don't be that sister that allows the relationship to progress more.
Yeah, don't Bonnie and Clyde them, because that be against the world stuff work. When you start hating on that bitch, she gonna be trying to stay. She gonna be setting up shop. That bitch gonna be pregnant. Yup, because that bitch gonna trump your ass. But I got something now. I got your niece home. I got your niece home. Ain't nothing. Then you like, damn, she got my niece, man. I gotta like her.
I can't be saying shit.
Yeah, I can't be saying shit, man. That's my niece's mama.
My niece. That's my niece's mama.
That's my niece's mama, man. I love my niece. My niece kind of look like me, Kate. Yeah, fight that bitch. God. So you gotta pick your battles. That teaspoon of sugar that Mary Poppins told y'all about. Don't add that teaspoon of sugar. You better keep that drama where it's at. Let that relationship go as it may.
Let it unfold.
Because let me tell you, I know somebody else. This is recent.
Just pray about it, girl.
The girl. So my friend I don't know how she got these texts. She ended up getting these texts and some pictures of her brother's girlfriend being, thotty. She sends them to her brother. Her brother exposes everything. He like tells where he got the pictures from. My sister got them. Like the whole night. Like big thing. Because like they in the middle of the argument. He's like, you can't whoop my sister ass no way. But you can't. She can fight. You can't whoop my sister ass no way. And like he was doing it in a sense of we're breaking up because it's the heat of the moment. Well, guess what?
They back together.
They got back together. Now the girlfriend can't stand her ass because basically she dropped the dime, which she should have. That's her brother. But look how now it's to the point where they can't even go on like couples dates like they were, or can't even fake it, because I don't really think they care for each other. But at least at one point you can kind of, it was no real drama, so you guys could still be in the same room. Now everybody knows the drama, so when they see everybody at the parties and at the functions, it's like, oh, such and such here, oh, such and such here, and now it's kind of a mess. So you don't want to be that person. If she didn't do nothing like crucial to your brother, I mean, so that nigga out subliminally on Facebook ain't killing nobody. He probably like her crazy ass.
Yep.
Or at least for the meanwhile. So just
let it ride out. Let it ride out.
Let that nigga...
Don't do nothing. Don't say shit.
Don't add no teaspoon of drama.
Don't post
subliminals.
Don't post subliminal shots, Drake quotes, and Jay-Z quotes. And
just
all that
don't
shit.
go.
Don't do subliminals.
Keep your space.
Keep it cute. Keep it on mute.
Yeah.
Just wait for it, because eventually,
a lot of it. 90% of these situations ain't gonna work.
Nah.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you the 10%, a lot of them 10% that work is when you add that teaspoon of drama. Don't add that shit, you're gonna be with a permanent situation, bitch. Don't add.
You're gonna be with a niece talking about, I can't stand your mama.
Yeah, you're gonna be looking at your niece like, damn, I love you, but I cannot stand that bitch ass mama of yours. God damn, I wanna whoop that whole ass. Yeah, baby.
I will whoop her ass.
And
but
then,
that's your mama.
Yeah, really? Your mama could have got these hands, but I guess now, by default, she family.
Don't be that girl.
Don't be that person, man. Ain't nothing like looking at a little person. And you just like, shit. I really am happy you're here. But with that being said, I kind of wish you wasn't, because your fucking mama's here. Oh, damn it. So don't be that person. Don't add the drama. But that's that, guys.
Shout out, first of all, let me just say this, because I see your 10 white toes. Bitch, I got 10 white toes.
Oh yeah, shout out to the white summertime, girl. Get your white nails. Get your white nails. It's summertime, girl. Okay. I read a post that somebody's like, it's summertime, so now all y'all gonna see is yellow and white toenails. And I was like kind of mad because I had white toenails. I'm just like, he right.
Let me just go ahead and drop a dime like this. Can't stop, won't stop. 10 white toes in my Nike flip flops. Shout out to Sweetie, because I got my 10 white toes. Ebony got her 10 white toes.
So we got 20 white toes.
So we are at 20 white toes. But she ain't got no Nike flip flops or Tory Burch flip flops.
No.
That's okay.
We got some Target slides though.
Okay, that's cool. I mean,
they got a little bow on them too.
Okay.
They cute. They silver.
But yes, we got our 10 white toes, baby, for the summertime.
I can't take it seriously.
We here.
We here, girl.
We here, summertime.
So that's that, guys.
Stay positive, people.
Stay positive. And Diane Carroll, just let that shit ride, man. They ain't gonna be together next month.
Unfollow the bitch on Facebook.
Yeah, is she eating your grandma's sweet potato pies? Don't worry about that hoe.
And her potato salad is probably trash, too.
Oh, my God. That's terrible. Okay, guys. So we'll see you next week. Be positive. Protect your energy, like my mom would say. Bye.
Toodles.